Shout out to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Yo, the channel has been going crazy. Shout out to everybody. We got Nathan in the chat. Shout out to everybody. So I seen there's a couple of things going on like online. There's like a couple of developments I see that's been happening involving this whole FEMA situation. Let me get some of that like going for y'all. You know what I mean? If I can, I gotta go to Twitter. There we go. Let me know if everything is going good. Yo, Elon Musk is wilding. Elon, he is wilding. Shout out to Elon Musk. If y'all can in the chat, hit the like button. It'll be appreciated. So he ended up doing. He said Elon. Yo, he be trolling. No, he did. He actually went to like the Trump rally. A lot of people are talking about it right now. This is big. You guys don't understand the impact of Elon Musk. Right? This dude's got 200 million followers. That is a lot of followers. A whole lot of followers. And so like, he's wilding on Twitter. And y'all got to understand, years ago, they were basically, the liberals were trying to shun Elon Musk. And, you know, they were going at him, you know, and basically saying like, you know, the leader of the electrification of automobiles and all of this is General Motors. Like they were doing like wild, weird things to Elon. And it's like, why, bro? Like this guy, he came from a different country. He made something of himself. He ended up changing the world, right? Like not everybody has a Tesla, but he's changed the world. Remember like back in the day when they tried to have like the hydrogen cars and they tried to have the electric cars back in the day in the early 90s, and then developers of those vehicles were like disappearing. Y'all remember that? Well, fast forward it to 2024. It's a lot of Teslas on the road, you know, and I would say thanks to Elon Musk, because now he's driving electrification, right? Because people were complaining about fossil fuels. They're complaining about the high gas prices and all of this. And he came and, you know, started grinding out and he made Tesla happen. This is a big step. A lot of automotive manufacturers, including Mercedes, BMW, now they all want to have electric vehicles. Toyota's starting to get serious about electric vehicles. You know, people don't like going to the gas station and paying, like, you know, to fill up their cars all the time. But, you know, sometimes you have to, depending on your situation and your circumstance. But the more the brand Tesla becomes, you know what I mean? Like the more they're here, the more they can lower prices and make the vehicles more affordable for people, you know? And then now if you even look at the, like a Tesla Model 3, the base one, if you compare that to a Toyota Camry, you actually going to end up making out better getting a Tesla than you would a Camry, because over the course of a 10-year period, you know, you're going to save so much money with an electric vehicle. You know, so I don't know. I want to say shout out to Elon Musk, man. Like nobody in America was trying to do that. He could have did that you know what I mean? He could have went anywhere. He could have got the business started and then just, you know, had the vehicles built other places. He didn't do that. Like he had everything built. Like Elon, like regardless of what you think, he is a big advocate of America. Them vehicles are built in America, Texas, California, the most American-made cars that you can buy. America. Like his what's this called? Starlink. Like all of that stuff is based in America. He could have did that anywhere. A lot of companies are going overseas, and what they're doing is, you know, the tax havens. You know, they don't want to be in America and be paying all this money in taxes and whatever. But like Elon must stay here. He didn't have to, but he did. He's rich. Stupid rich. He's one of the richest people in the world. You know, so he doesn't have to be here. And he even did something that I think, and the people ask me like, yo, Piperboy Wiz, why are you so active on Twitter? First of all, I feel personally, this is a personal opinion. I'm not saying this is a fact. I think the algorithm of Instagram is fake. Have you guys ever been on Instagram? And I'm gonna get to that. You know, have y'all ever been on Instagram and you wonder, like, I've never followed Kevin Hart before. Why am I following Kevin Hart? Like, bruh, I seen like something Who was it? I just start watching this Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Never knew nothing about it before. So I'm looking up like Instagram, like, you know what I'm saying, see what's going Chris Pratt, different people. And it's like, yo, you following these people. Like, I've never followed none of these people in my life. This is why you see a lot of celebrities and stuff, allegedly. Like, they have like millions and millions of followers. Like, they force you to follow them. Like, the feed on Instagram, you ever notice, you're like, man, I'm following like specific people and I barely see them. All I see is like these other pages. And that's by design, and then like the person that owns that, that owns Facebook, sanitizes media, put a lot of restrictions on media. So on Instagram, you almost never see anything like news related. At least I don't. Unless you're specifically following a lot of, you know what I mean, like media companies or whatever on I don't know. I don't see it. I see celebrities being forced on me. You see what I'm saying? On Instagram, or like dumb stuff being like put out there on Instagram. So I stopped using Instagram. It's even so bad, like on like Facebook, it's so sanitized. Like if you say anything that's middle of the road or you lean slightly to the right, like I don't know if y'all remember all them fact checks, all that was going on. It was a lot of stuff going on Facebook and made people like raise their eyebrow. What are you doing over here, Mark Zuckerberg? What are you trying to control? Oh, well, we'll just put annotate people's comments. Like, come on, bro. So like even like CNN, like you start finding out, oh man, this news is really just one-sided. You can't take what they say. And we just ABC News, you look. They want to fact check, you know what I mean? One side, they want to, you see what I'm saying? It's just like news has become very difficult, to find. And even like Twitter was super liberal. They were like silencing red, like I don't even know if I can really say like a lot of stuff on YouTube. The red people, the Republicans, they were silencing a lot of them on Twitter. Locking up their accounts, suspending them, you know what I mean? Like like doing all of that. And Elon Musk said, well, this is America. You guys are supposed to have freedom of speech. I don't see much freedom of speech going on in America. So what did Elon Musk do? He did like what people thought he couldn't do. They like, oh, he's just worried about Tesla. He worried about space shuttles and going to Mars. He bought Twitter. What did he do when he bought Twitter? I mean, even on the liberal side, all of that, he started like unlocking like people's Twitters to where like now you can, you see what I'm saying? Like say what you want. But yeah, you might get, every once in a while, depending on who it is or what's going on, you might get something annotated. Like if it's just completely like wrong, like some people may try to fact check you on Twitter, but for the most part, like Donald Trump, he ended up unlocking his Twitter. Kanye West, he ended up unlocking his Twitter. A lot of people that were suspended for having opinions. Now what I see when I go on Twitter, right? I see, it depends on your For You page, like what you really look for. I see a lot of like news that's like, you know what I mean? They try to, like the algorithm is, I think, better than a lot of controlled media out there that was responsible, I feel like, for getting Obama elected. And so he like, we're not about to do that like on Twitter. All right, so what we gonna do is we gonna make sure the people of Twitter that, you know what I'm saying, y'all are subscribing to Twitter, you paying that, I don't know what, $7, $8 a month or whatever for the verification. Now you can like qualify to make money off of Twitter. It's not a lot of money. But he's doing that so that everybody is on Twitter or X. And everybody has some sort of a vested interest in X. And get on a platform and see like what's really going on out here. So a lot of what's going on, allegedly what's happening in North Carolina, parts of Tennessee or whatever, with Fema. Because remember, like before, you couldn't even say that name without worrying about being deplatformed or worrying about the monetization being taken away. Like, freedom of speech was under fire to the utmost, and content creators were scared. I'm just saying what it is. He like, nah, we not about to have that in America. I'm buying Twitter. I'm getting rid of all the top execs that put all of these like plans in place to silence the red side. We not doing that. And Elon Musk, I don't know if y'all noticed, he was super liberal. He was blue. What's going on, Derek Rafford? Appreciate you. He was blue. He was super supportive of the blue side. So now people want to be mad because he chose to go to the red side. This is America. You can choose whichever side you want to choose. And he felt like we are in a situation to where I feel like the best spot to sit on, me with my followers, you know what I'm saying, like my influence right now, is the red side. He was blue all the way. He started seeing through what was going on. He's like, nah, bruh. They're saying we not about to do that. Y'all going after freedom of speeches. Y'all trying to take people's like right to carry away. You trying to do forced buybacks of the Blix. Like, y'all trying to do all this. We ain't about to have that happen in America. I came here because I believed in American ideals. Like, I could come over here and I could make something of myself. You see what I'm saying? And what did he do? Like, he made something of himself. One of the most powerful, influential people in this country. And he super reps America. Hit the like button. Shout out to everybody. The Cash App going crazy. My bad. I'll be right back. He believes in this country more so than a lot of our politicians. A lot of politicians, you know what they believe in? The politicians don't believe in the country as it's supposed to be. They believe in these special interest groups. They believe in paying it back to the people that help finance them running for whichever position that they're in. You're the last thing on their mind. He like, nah, we're not about to do this in America, man. If I got to buy Twitter, I got to spend all this money, I got to clean up what's going on. This is what I'm going to do. And he did it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. We got a Cash App, $7 Cash App. Derek Relaford. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that, man, because I went live like, what was it like? It felt like 4 hours earlier, and we got like 70-some thousand views. We got like wild subscribers. People tired, bro. Like, they tired of the fake news. And like, if I go on like, and this is no diss to DJ Academics, I go on, like, what you think he gonna be talking about? DDG and his girlfriend breaking up. We got an election coming up. Come on, y'all. Like, this is serious. And Trump and Elon Musk understands the seriousness. This dude is saying this is one of the most important elections in human history. And we're going to get to all of that. You know, a lot of media platforms, like when I was going through like the media platforms and how news is being sanitized and, you know, you don't really know what's going on 100% of the time. We didn't really know what was going on in the North Carolina, like what was really happening with the hurricanes until you start going on Twitter. You know what I mean? Or maybe you got your alternative news sources that you rock with, but you go on Twitter, it's wild news about it. From the people like on the ground, like trying to like, you see what I'm saying? Trying to get there to help people, and they're being stopped by the government. And we finding out like, oh, the hotels, people try to get these people hotels. The hotels are booked up by government officials or government workers. While the people who are suffering is still out on the street. They trying to bring them supplies and things for them to eat. They trying to fly their own personal jets, you know what I mean? Like, or personal helicopters, whatever, to fly in and help them, and they're being stopped. The FAA is stopping them from flying. because they want to control this. It's all about how this looks in the election. It's not about the American people and helping them out in their time of need. Because when it's time to help, like, people in their time of need, we already seen what Kamala Harris is about. You in your time of need in America, you may apply. Now, you can apply for $750. Your whole house has been torn apart. You probably can't even find your ID. You got relatives, like, floating around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on. Oh, you need your paperwork. You need everything to apply. And then, like, what? Meanwhile, the people that really don't be respecting us, $2,500. It's insanity if you ask me. Everybody cool with it. This is no big deal. This dude, like, y'all be working, right? I be working. Be trying to do overtime and all of that. You getting taxed to death. And what is Trump? Oh, Trump don't have no plan. He don't have no plan. Listen to this.
So announcing that as part of our additional tax cuts, we will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means? Think of that.
Do y'all know what that means? You know, a lot of times you don't want to work overtime. Because it's like, man, why am I going to work overtime? They're just going to take all my money in taxes. Like, why would I do that? And, like, I'd rather just chill, like, go out, like, you know what I mean? Watch a movie or something like that. I'm not about to go back to work. It's crazy. I already put in my 40 hours this week. But he like, nah, I see that's a problem because that may be hurting the American economy, like money circulating and everything. If you decide to work, we want to help you. We want to make sure that the money that you're trying to earn for your family, the food, because you might be short on bills and you may have to pick up another 8 to 16 hours. It might happen. If you work 12, another 12 hours. You tired, you want to spend time with your family. Shout out to the cash. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But then you get a surprise at the end when it's your paycheck comes up and it's stripped by taxes. Trump like, nah, we not doing that, bro. Like, this is America. Like, this is my plan to help the average American citizen. She hasn't shown a plan to help us at all. I'm just speaking what I see.
Think of that. Think of that.
Shout out to the Cash App. We got Derek with the Cash App with the $5. He said for not leaving a stone unturned and blogging. I appreciate you, bro. Because a lot of people ain't gonna tell y'all this. And I get it, it's risky. They don't want to lose like whatever sponsorships they have. Bro, I do battle rap, like sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like now with sometimes. I mean entertainment now, like it's what it is. I'll go back like periodically and I'll talk about different things, right? I could distract you all day long. I could talk about, you know what I mean, a battle. I could talk about what's going on with Jaguar, right? Bro, I got sponsors like hit me up on a regular basis. Oh, Temu sponsors and all of these different sponsors like trying to hit me up. So I get it. Like if you got big, huge platforms and you dealing with like a lot of different type of money and you got an election coming up, you want to be very careful about how you navigate your channel or your social media image. You got publicists telling you, stay out of politics. What does 50 Cent say all the time when he's asked who he's voting for? He said, I don't get into that. I'm an entertainer for all the people. He says that for a reason. His publicists are in his ear telling him not to talk about politics. This can hurt different deals, different brand deals. He's a mogul. This dude's rich for a reason. He knows how to navigate. So yeah, a lot of news you're not going to get from your traditional source. I'm not saying like he's a news, I'm just saying like celebrities and things like that. Like they're going to try to push a certain agenda if they talk about it. The safest agenda to push is the liberal agenda. This is why you will see a Cardi B coming out. This is why you will see a little Scrappy coming out talking about they going for Kamala. This is why you will see a Megan Thee Stallion talking about she going for Kamala. Like, this is why you see that Quavo getting on the podium and saying that he's going for Kamala. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. This is what happens. So you got all of these platforms, The Breakfast Club, controlled by the left. Elon Musk, like, we not doing this, bro. This is America. People need to know there's two sides to the story. And we gonna let that side be heard. Why did it take Candace Owens to crack the case on what Kamala Harris actually is? We saw them put a photo of Kamala Harris sitting on an older lady's, shout out to the old lady, you know what I'm saying? Sitting on her lap, and they tried to market that as if that was Kamala's granny. It took Candace Owens to do the research and find out she was actually not her granny. She was the help. All these news networks never decided to look into whether or not Kamala Harris was who she said she is. Because when Kamala Harris is pressed on an issue, I'm gonna show you exactly what she does. She did it on the Oprah show. She did it in the debate. She goes right back to, let me just start by saying I grew up in a middle-class family. This is her go-to to everything. And they eat it up. And they love it. And she's the safe bet right now. Meanwhile, prices of everything is skyrocketing and people are complaining, oh, I'm at the grocery store and I just spent $500. I feel like I didn't really get any food. Energy costs is going up. Interest rates are going up. People can't even people used to think about refinancing their homes and things like that. Now they think twice because of the interest rates. You might need a new car. You man, I got an 800 credit score. Now if I try to get a car, you know what I'm saying? They trying to hit me with almost a 6% interest rate. Unless you get a super, cool interest rate on a car you don't like. 60-something months, you paid off in 60-something months, we get a 1.99%. He man, I see the working class people hurting. I don't see no plan coming forth by the libs, the liberals. I don't see that. So I want to make sure if y'all are out here working, I want y'all to keep y'all money.
Tax cuts. We will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means? Think of that.
Then meanwhile, we get a lot of, I'm just running down what's going on. And then we get a lot of empty promises. I don't know if you guys remember, Biden said cause you go to school, you try to do the right thing and try to get a degree. You end up getting a little bit of student loan debt. Oh, they said they was going to do student loan forgiveness. You know what I mean? They was going you know what I mean? Take your student loan burden off of you. That was the promise. And then later on, he's like, oh, I can't do it. Meanwhile, you got somebody trying to figure out a way for y'all to keep y'all money.
Think of that. Think of that. That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people. And, I went to some economists, great ones, and I said, what do you think? They said, it would be unbelievable. You'll get a whole new workforce by doing that. No taxes on overtime.
I'm just curious what y'all think about that. Oh, no. But then I see this, man. People they in an unfortunate situation, right? Let me show y'all this. Terrible situation. But you know what? Let me let you hear what Kamala said. Let me let you hear her words. Because maybe you need to hear her say this. Real quick, hold on. Hey, shout out, WWE going down, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? They got this guy. They're saying that he They saying this guy then said that he supports Kamala. Come on, bro. Jimmy Carter. Like, really? I need y'all to hear her say this, right? Listen to Kamala.
Pleased to announce that the United States will provide more than $1.5 billion to address Ukraine's humanitarian and energy needs.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included Fema providing $750.
But hold on, she gave Ukraine $1.5 billion in additional aid. VP Kamala Harris delivers remarks at Summit of Peace in Ukraine and Switzerland, pledging to give $1.5 billion to them. Meanwhile, and then this happens in America, and you're only worth $750. I didn't say this; she did.
Announced that the United States will provide more than $1.5 billion to address Ukraine's humanitarian and energy needs.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included Fema providing $750.
Hey y'all, hit the super chat, hit the cash app, because we gonna talk today. We gonna talk today. Let's see what's going on.
And if we win this election, we are going to have the America we love for every single American. We are going to have the America we love for our children. We will have the America we love for future generations. But my friends,
our hearts with terror.
We did the vice presidential debate, like the reaction. We all kind of broke that down and talked about it. We fact checked JD Vance. Y'all can't say we didn't do that. We was fact checking him. We found out some of the things that he's saying, the truth was bent. We found out some of the things that Tim Walz said, the truth was bent. So we fact checked on both sides. We're not gonna act like we didn't do that. JD Vance smoked him. He smoked him in the debate. Visually is what it looked like. He was getting smoked. But when you get to the fact checks, it's closer. It's a closer race. You know what I'm saying? With that vice presidential debate, he still came out winning because his fact checks were they probably even should not have fact checked that. Talking about the Jerome Powell situation and all of that. It was kind of it was a needless fact check. They even we were reading different fact checks from different established companies, even liberal companies, New York Times and all of that. We read the fact checks. You see what I'm saying? And they couldn't even really go in on this dude with the fact checks. Because he was more on the up and up.
But we're here to say we can't be intimidated. We cannot be stopped. We won't.
And they tried to fact check him, and he put them on blast. He said, "Oh, wait, no, we not doing this, ma'am. We're not doing this. The reason why we're not doing this because we agree there's not supposed to be any fact checking. We got a cash app that just came through. We're gonna read it. He was very eloquent. His vernacular was on point. He handled everything gracefully. They tried to upset him. He didn't get upset. If anybody was flustered, it was Tim Walz. And the reason why I'm saying Tim Walz was flustered, remember when they asked him, yo, you said that you were in China at this specific time, but our records indicate that you weren't. She asked Tim Walz a direct question. She was like, well, why did you say that you was in China when you weren't? He started talking about, well, I grew up in a middle-class family. This is what he said. I'm gonna show you where he went to. He said, I grew up in, I'm gonna get to the cash apps in a minute. He said, I grew up in a middle-class family. I used the GI Bill to go to school. He pulled the Kamala. And she, everybody, even JD Vance was looking at him like, bro, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do. Bro, he talked for 3 minutes about nothing. And then he was like, well, I'm a knucklehead, you know what I mean? Sometimes I just get caught up in the rhetoric. I didn't say that. Tim Walz said that. And then after all the trying to like distract you with talking about his GI Bill and he grew up in a middle class home and all of that, small town. He said, "Oh, I misspoke." They asked JD Vance, right? They asked him. They said, "Oh, JD Vance, you had a problem with Trump before. I think you said something along the lines like he was unfit to, be the president and all of that. Like, what do you think about that?" He said, I must admit I was wrong. Like now, like I really look at everything. I admit I was wrong. Nipped it in the bud right there. He didn't go on a whole tangent. Come on, bro. We're going to get to the super chat.
Won't be denied. We
I'm in the cash app.
will make America great again, and we're going to do it together.
Shout out to Derek with another cash app. He said, "Wait a minute." Shout outs.
Now, my friends, I know you'll join me in saying we're going to remember July 13th, 2024 forever. Many of you were here, and it is a testament to your courage and your patriotism that you're here again today. Now, you heard the shots. You saw the blood. We all feared the worst, but you knew everything would be okay when President Trump raised his fist high in the air and shouted, "Fight, fight."
Bro, like we got a person. I think even Elon Musk ends up saying this. We got a person that can barely walk up Air Force One steps. And then we got a person that just allegedly took to the ear. And he stood right up. It's America. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if it goes down, who would you want like to be in charge? I'm just saying, I'm not telling you to go red. I'm not telling you to go blue. I'm just saying, Trump is about that life.
Now, I believe, as sure as I'm standing here today, that what happened was a true miracle. And on that day, America felt the truth of Scripture. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I truly believe that God saved President Trump's life that day. And I believe that God is with us right now and watches over this incredible nation every single day.
Hey, yo, Elon Musk got like 10 million people watching this. This is crazy, bro. Bro. Yo, he got the MAGA on there. Yo, he wildin'. Said live from real Donald Trump rally in Pennsylvania. Same location where he was popped at. Oh, my God. Yo, this is the same place they tried to do the hit on Trump. Yo, bruh. Trump about that life. Is what it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Shout out to him, man. We gonna get into his speech and yo, he going crazy. Almost 10 million people watching, and this clip has got 17.8 million people. I don't want to hear the popular vote is going the other way. I really don't want to hear that. Like, I really don't want to hear it. Y'all know what they doing. Before we get into all this, right? Y'all know what they doing out in California. All y'all California residents, I don't know if y'all are aware of this. They are trying to make it, you know how like you got to show your ID to vote? They took that away in California. Why do you think they did that? They got all the migrants coming in. They want them to be able to vote. And whoever's making it easier for them to come in, oh, they going to them polls. So this is one of the most important elections ever. Because if they can't get somebody in office to get ahead of what's going on, oh, other states is going to follow California. There will never be a fair election again. Everybody's just coming here. It's going to be a landslide. The Dems are going to be. They don't even have to show an ID. They just go up there, blue. That's a problem.
Now, there are so many people here, so many people we're honored to have. It would be impossible to name all of them. I see the great Sean Parnell over here. Sean, you're a hero, man. You were here on that day. We're joined by many first responders, elected officials, and other distinguished guests. And as we gather on these grounds, once again, my friends, we especially thank God for the two great Americans who were wounded and survived in July. That's David Dutch and James Copenhaver. God bless you guys. Now
Bro, y'all won't believe this, man. Y'all will not believe this, bro. Y'all are not. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. I appreciate that if y'all do. I put myself on the line for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Governor Gavin Newsom signed a law banning local voter ID requirements in California. This came after Huntington Beach, a city with a Republican lean, tried to require ID for municipal elections. California.
That's insane. This is insane.
Attorney General Rob Bonta and Secretary of State Shirley Weber quickly sued the city to prevent its implementation, claiming the law's implementation would hurt minorities. Bonta emphasized the right to vote should be free of barriers, stating, quote, imposing...
Of course he believes it should be free of barriers.
Stating, quote, imposing unnecessary obstacles disproportionately burdens low-income voters and people with disabilities.
Bro, if you are a low-income voter, right, in order to get welfare, you got to have an ID. You need state assistance. You need to have an ID. What does that have to do with them? Like, what? Wait a minute. They trying to just allow them to just vote. This is a problem. Shout out to Meshia B in the comment section. Black Smoke 757 in the comment section. MG in the comment section. Brother Excel in the comment section. You know what I mean?
State Senator Dave Min, who introduced the bill signed by Newsom on September 30th, argued separate local laws would lead to widespread confusion. The move was met with...
This is insane, bro. This is insane.
Pray for their full and complete recoveries. And we're honored that David and his family were able to join us today. Let's give a round of applause to David. God bless you, and God bless you.
But y'all won't share that. You start doing blogs on Cardi B and all that. Oh, that's getting shared. Jaguar right and all that. That's getting shared. Y'all ain't concerned with all these people coming in here illegal? Like now they don't need an ID and they can go to the ballot and control your country? That ain't a problem for y'all? That's a big problem. They already think we're not the brightest people. We're not. I seen the numbers. We're not. They kind of right on that. We're removing protections to be able to identify people who's going into that ballot box, controlling what happens with the money that they taxing you with. The politicians control how it gets spent. And they can just come over here and control your country and you don't care about it? Wait a minute. That, my friend, is a problem. This is why, like, Elon Musk and people are stepping up. No, this is one of the most important elections y'all ever voted for in your life.
Bless your family. hearts are heavy with sadness, knowing that there's one hero who's not here with us today, and that's, of course, the great Corey Compertori.
And I don't want to hear nothing bad about J.D. Vance, and this is why. This dude done been through the ringer. I mean, we all been through the mud, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But this dude, like, his life was insane. There's a movie about it. There's a book on it, everything. To look at J.D. Vance stand here and speak as eloquently as he is, knowing the circumstances that he had to go through to, you know what I'm saying, in life when he was younger, is remarkable. And people always say, oh, well, the red people, they only care about the business. Like, he been through it. I highly suggest read up on J.D. Vance. You will be very, very surprised. He most straight. We're not doing that. I don't want to hear nothing. He most straight than Kamala. He grew up in the streets. Thug life.
We're never going to forget Corey. We're never going to forget his heroism that day. And I want everyone to join me right now in sending our support, our respect, our love to the Compertori family here with us today. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for loving this country, and thank you for not giving up on it. Now, after the heartache of that day, our nation hoped to turn a page. We hoped that our opponents would remember that before we are Democrats or before we are Republicans, we are Americans. But sadly, our opponents have not heeded Abraham Lincoln's words and listened to the better angels of our nature. Even after that terrible assassination attempt that took one man's life and nearly took many others, they continue to use dangerous, inflammatory rhetoric. The media has continued to call Donald Trump, the guy who actually won his primary, a threat to democracy. A Democrat senator called Donald Trump an existential threat to our democracy. Kamala Harris said that he was attacking, quote, the foundations of our democracy.
Hey, if y'all can, because I'm listening to him. We're going to get to the whole Elon Musk and everything, the Candace Owens and everything. Shout out to Candace Owens. Like, when if you share this, share it to Twitter and then tag me in it. I'm, between people that do that. Shout out to everybody.
And I think you all will join me in saying to Kamala Harris, how dare you talk about threats to democracy? Donald Trump took a bullet for democracy. What the hell have you done? The truth is that Kamala Harris and her allies, they attack Donald Trump in order to silence us, we the people.
And we got 10,000 views, and it's like 8 something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. And this is, what is it, Saturday? So shout out to y'all, man. So y'all have been hitting the like button. I appreciate y'all.
They have declared war explicitly on the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Kamala Harris proudly says she wants to censor the internet, and Tim Walz said there is no guarantee to free speech. What do we think about that?
I mean, I don't think he's lying about that. I don't think he's lying about that. Y'all want the internet censored? Because remember, like, it was already sanitized and censored. Y'all want to go back to that? They can't censor Twitter. Like TikTok, they went after TikTok. They're forcing a sale with TikTok. They want censorship. Believe you me, they do not want you to be a free-thinking people. They want you to be bullied into submission. They even, like, the liberals even went into battle rap and got DNA and Charlie Clips to rap about being about them. They're trying to control all facets of entertainment. It's insane.
But we all know, my friends, we all know that censorship is only the first step. Just look at everything they've done to President Trump. First, they tried to silence him. When that didn't work, they tried to bankrupt him. When that didn't work, they tried to jail him. And with all the hatred they have spewed at President Trump, it was only a matter of time before somebody tried to kill him. And that's exactly what happened, not just here in Butler.
Let's talk about censorship, right? I seen a girl, she said something about this. Like how the news like makes you think.
Admit when I'm wrong. In fact, I'd rather know the truth. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. In fact, I'd rather know the truth, even if it means that I'm wrong. And so with that, I'll say I was completely wrong about Trump. The media played me. They played me really good. See, I was a Bernie Sanders fan. I had the t-shirts and everything because I saw that he actually cared about the people, a real politician who actually cared. And I was going to vote for him until something weird happened. They just kept bulldozing him. And then when March 2020 happened, I thought they were trying to bulldoze him again. And I had no idea why Trump wanted to be president in the first place. But I watched a lot of TV at the time, and the news said he played too much golf, he was a racist, and I watched a lot of...
Hit the super chat! Stop being broke! Stop acting like it!
SNL, and they made fun of him and his sons. So I just thought he was not fit for the job. And I hate to admit, the more that I watched the TV, the more angrier I got at Trump, and without any really good reason. But I had turned off the TV.
She's basically saying like she watched the propaganda of everything that they were saying about Donald Trump and she believed it.
But I watched a lot of TV at the time, and the news said he played too much golf, he was a racist, and I watched a lot of SNL, and they made fun of him and his sons. So I just thought he was not fit for the job. And I hate to admit, the more that I watched the TV, the more angrier I got at Trump, and without any really good reason. But I had turned off the TV around 2019. And when March 2020 happened, I needed answers because something was off. I needed to know who was on our side and who wasn't. So I was searching all over online for answers as to what was going on and who was the good guys. So I watched Trump live on the White House news briefings on my laptop since I didn't have TV. Every Monday he went live, and I was carefully observing him. He was straightforward, like a businessman, staying hopeful and optimistic and working with what we had at the time. And I saw the other side completely spin everything into fear and chaos and projections months out into the future. I knew that he wasn't trying to push fear, and I could see clearly that he definitely wasn't a bad person. He was a leader. He was positive. He was forward-moving. He was problem-solving. While the other side was focused on the problem and how to suppress me as a citizen, stifle my life.
Hey, a subscriber in the chat just said, I can't. He said, he said, Kamala ain't kicking up no bread to Americans. You got to be an illegal immigrant for that. He not lying. And then Ms. Jones said, I can't believe how gullible folks are reading only things narratives. I ain't being biased at all. And then James said, exactly, Jody. And even the debate, he never specifically said Haitians.
Life. It felt like they were taking away my freedom. Then I watched the news completely spin what he said into something he totally didn't even say. That was a wake-up call. But around March 2020, I talked to a friend, and he said that Trump was in there for a reason. And he started to let me know what was really going on, and suddenly everything started to make sense. And I realized why Trump was president in the first place. At that point, all I cared about was good people who were protecting my country and my freedom, whether it was Bernie or it was Trump. I was just glad that somebody was on my side. I'll say I had the TV off for about a year when I woke up to Trump being a good guy. A lot of people in your ear, a lot of media, a lot of hearsay can really screw up your logical thinking process. It did mine. And I was doing a lot of positive thinking and meditating, so I was able to stay calm even in that difficult situation. I was able to stay hopeful and optimistic because I knew there were good guys. I knew there was somebody fighting for us. I'm sorry to say that this election, I can't vote for a woman, although I really want a woman in the White House. But for me, this isn't about a man versus a woman. This is about who's going to protect our country, our freedom, and the freedom of future generations. Trump is a person who should lead this country. He's made several statements saying, I'm returning power to you, and the best is yet to come. He also said, I can't tell everybody what's really going on. When it comes down to a leader of our country, we can't look at outer appearances. We have to look at their character. Trump is a businessman who worked his way up to the top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think she's trying to get followers, bro. Like, I don't. I mean, come on, lady. Like, you saying, I mean, she did say, like, she was seeing a lot of propaganda and everything about Trump, against Trump, and she turned off the TV. And then, like, she, you know, she's like slowly realizing what's going on. Like, people are telling her what's going on. So, I mean, I get it. I'm joking with you, lady. You know, as somebody said, Dorothy Blunt said, everyone should listen to Candace. She's on top of it. And then Theory 23 says she didn't have a TV and she turned off the TV. Nasty work, yo. You is crazy, bro.
Pennsylvania, but just a few weeks later in Florida. 3 weeks ago, while these guys still go out there and attacking him as a threat to democracy, another gunman armed with an AK-47 style rifle tried to finish the job. In fact, before the gunman in Florida tried to kill Donald Trump, he wrote, quote, democracy is on the ballot. The exact same words that Kamala Harris wrote after accusing Trump of being a dictator only days before the first attempt on his life. But for all of those watching at home, and for all those who might be undecided in this crowd, though there probably aren't that many undecided voters in this crowd, I want to say, you know what's so incredible? You know what's so incredible? It's how Donald Trump responded to all of this. Because despite being shot here in Butler, President Trump immediately called for national unity. And I'll never forget, my friends, what he told me after the second assassination attempt. He was probably the first person that he called that Sunday. And I was sitting at home with my son in Cincinnati, and he said, JD, they tried to do it again. I said, they tried to do what, sir? And he said, they tried to shoot me again. And at first, I was in disbelief. I think, immediately my thoughts went to him and how he was doing. Of course, he was physically okay because he was calling me, but I said, sir, are you doing okay? And of course, President Trump, in his President Trump way, said, yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, I'm a little pissed off because I was about to make a dirt birdie on the 6th hole and they wouldn't let me finish. But it made me think. It made me think about the leadership qualities we want in a president of the United States. And so I'd like to ask you, who would you rather have facing down, Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping? Someone who is afraid of interviews with the friendly American media, or someone who faces down 2 assassins and returns triumphantly to the very place that he got shot?
That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it.
Now, some of you may have seen that I had a little debate with Governor Walz a few days ago.
And he smoked Governor Walz's boots.
And I have to admit, I'm maybe the only person in Butler, Pennsylvania that feels that way, but I feel a little bad for Tim Walz, if I'm being honest with you. Because Tim Walz has to defend the indefensible. He has to act like Kamala is going to drive down inflation.
Salute to the chat. Shout out to Caleb McClain. I don't think I've seen you here before. I think you're a subscriber now. Shout out to you for subscribing, man. Slime, shout out to you.
Wages and bring back jobs and restore peace, the very peace that she destroyed. Well, I hate to break it to you, Tim, but everyone knows the truth. Kamala caused every single one of those problems because Kamala's day one in the White House was 1,400 days ago. Never let her lie to you and pretend that she's going to do something great. She's been in power for 3.5 years and she hasn't done a damn thing.
He ain't lying. Like, why they making all these promises now? Oh, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do that. The thing to do would have been to do a lot of things, come to the table, you know what I'm saying? Like, do a lot of things, get things done, and then, you know what I mean? Like, you move into an election. You know, shout out to the Cash App. I'm going to read that in a minute. But you move into the election and then you say, we've done X, Y, and Z. We got this done. And this is why Trump, I think, is more effective, and they're scared to debate him, and they got to give like Kamala, like allegedly, you know what I mean? Like a airing with a mic in it. And she's got to have the questions ahead of time and all of that. Trump could just like go in there and shoot off the hip. And he did a post interview with a myriad of different like media outlets. He's just standing there taking questions, talking. Like it's no big deal. Kamala's got to go back to, I grew up in a small town. A middle-class family. Like that's all she know, bro. So shout out to, I think we got Kevin Vasquez again with the $4 donation. Appreciate you, bro.
And I hate to say it, but Kamala's record of failure is somehow only getting worse. Just a couple of days ago, I visited an area.
And then we got Vasquez with the $3 donation. He said, "Was good, big homie." Wait a minute. Shout out to you, bro.
Of our country ravaged by Hurricane Helene. The Appalachian region of Virginia, and we know the Appalachian region of this country has been left behind and ignored by a generation of American leaders. But what started out as a natural disaster is becoming a man-made disaster.
Hey, Vasquez, you might be. I think you may have taken Liz's spot. You might be the top donor on this channel.
When Appalachia was underwater, remember, President Biden was sitting on a beach and Kamala Harris was at a San Francisco fundraiser. That is not leadership. That is a disgrace.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're seeing reports that deployments of the military and the National Guard are moving at a snail's pace. My friends, who the hell is running this country right now? Because it sure isn't Joe Biden. It sure isn't Kamala Harris. The Harris administration has given billions of dollars to foreign countries and illegal aliens. But now they swoop in and they promise $750 to American citizens who have lost everything.
Talk to him, Vance! Talk crazy to him!
To everybody watching, to everybody at this rally, I want to say, I promise you, when Donald J. Trump is back in the White House, we're going to have a president that puts America first. We're going to ensure that emergency funding goes to American citizens and not illegal aliens. We're going to create record prosperity with low inflation and rising take-home pay. We're going to secure that southern border, stop the drug trafficking, and send illegal aliens back home where they belong. We're going to drive down the cost.
Hey, I want people to come to America, bro. Like, just do it right. You see what I'm saying? Just do it right, man. And then Vasquez with the $5 donation, he said, for fire content, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Of housing, drive down the cost of gas, drive down the cost of groceries, and we're going to clean up our streets to make
y'all but not say nothing wrong about Vasquez.
America safe again. And whether we agree or disagree with you, we will always defend your God-given right to speak your mind without fear of censorship, violence, or persecution.
I got to keep it real, Vance. Trump did kind of threaten social media. He did when he was running. A little bit. That's me being fair. Y'all both be doing that. Like, both sides, y'all do that.
But to everybody struggling, I want you
We got 3,200 subscribers in 5 days. Shout out to y'all.
To know that though our country has, yes, been through some hard times over these past few years, I want you to know that help is on the way. We have, think about this, the most generous people, the most abundant natural resources, including some great energy right here in the state of Pennsylvania.
Shout out to Vance, man.
We've got the hardest workers. We've got the best values. All we need to restore American greatness is leadership that is fit to serve this country.
President, he will deliver the greatest economic boom to America than we've ever seen.
Never. Donald Trump was made for such a time as this.
Don't she look like Eminem's daughter a little bit?
It's such an honor to be back here in Butler. And, I knew before Donald Trump even said he wanted to come back here that he would come back to Butler, Pennsylvania, because in life, you can operate with fear and cowardice, or you can operate with strength. and faith. And that's what Donald Trump operates with, strength and faith. And that's the kind of leader we need to see back at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. We need strength in this country. And Eric's right. I've been doing a little something with making sure that we have free, fair, and transparent elections, and that only legal citizens are voting in our elections here in the United States of America. That's okay. It's been the #1 focus of the RNC since I took over alongside our chairman, Michael Whatley, back in March. We have had a big goal of recruiting 100,000 people to volunteer as poll watchers, poll workers, legal experts on the ground. And we said, I don't know, 100,000 is a lot. I'm happy to report that we have trained 200,000 people across this country to do that. So our message is very clear. If you are a person who is considering cheating in our elections, we will find you, we will track you down, and we will prosecute you to the full extent of the law. And if you're an illegal citizen voting in our election, we'll track you down and prosecute you to the full extent of the law, and you're leaving this country. How's that sound? Don't do it. It's not worth it.
She talking reckless, ain't she? And you're leaving this country. Like, bruh.
But real quick, before I go, is everybody in this crowd registered to vote? Well, it could be that you've heard of
Yeah, don't just be at no rally, like, register. Like, what is y'all doing? Some people like, I just want to go to rally, I'm bored.
Someone who's been doing so much voter registration right here in Pennsylvania. His name is Scott Pressler. And he...
I like her. She cool. I like her.
The number, that's the day I left office. It was the lowest Border Patrol, the lowest it's ever been. Illegal immigration. Today it's out of control. But I love it for other reasons, too. You know that. So thank you very much. And thank Lee and what Lee has done with that song. And it's such an honor to have it. I want to just let you know that tonight I returned to Butler in the aftermath of tragedy and heartache to deliver a simple message to the people of Pennsylvania and to the people of America. Our movement to make America great again stands stronger, prouder, more united, more determined, and nearer to victory than ever before. We're going to make America great again. Going to win the election. Going to win the election.
I do think, and this is me being real, right? Kamala Harris is spending a lot of money in media. I think he needs to step this up. I mean, I think he may be relying on his social media influence and, you know, the partnership that he's got with Elon Musk. I think he's going to make Elon like the chair of something like, you know what I mean, energy related or something like that. I don't know. But like he needs to, whatever money he has, like start marketing heavy. Or maybe he's just trying to be smarter with it. Like when we get closer to the election, then he's going to go crazy with marketing. He's got to do something, bro. Because she's all over everything. And this is me being real. So how the mind works, he could say a lot of, you know, remember what I did. Remember you had more money. Remember things were better. Remember gas prices was lower. Remember, you know what I'm saying, grocery prices. Like, he could say all of that all he wants. But they're going to remember her face more because she is everywhere. Even if she's not doing anything but saying the same sound bites everywhere she goes, they're going to remember her. So he's got to do something to step up the marketing game. That's just my opinion.
And to all Americans, whether you are Republican, Democrat, Independent, Conservative, or Liberal, or you have no label whatsoever, it makes no difference. Our movement, it belongs to you. It belongs to our country. It belongs to our country. And together in just 1 month, we are going to usher in a new golden age of American security, prosperity, sovereignty, and freedom for our citizens of every race, religion, color.
Black Smoke 757 said, Biden said last election, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I won't be black when I'm going to vote this time. Y'all is crazy, bro. Like, hey, and then Mo, he said, I live in Alabama. It's Trump everywhere here. And I'm in Tennessee, man. So, you know, it's a lot of liberals moving here, man. Like I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a lot of liberals moving here. And, you know, like the city of Nashville is kind of, you know what I mean? But it's people from New York, Cali moving here, and they trying to vote liberal. So you know, you don't see like many signs and stuff like you used to. Like you don't see a lot of that here. So, I mean, you know, every place is different.
And creed. Exactly 12 weeks ago this evening on this very ground, a cold-blooded assassin aimed to silence me and to silence the greatest movement, MAGA, in the history of our country. MAGA. We love MAGA.
MAGA, 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 MAGA.
For 16 harrowing seconds during the gunfire, time stopped as this vicious monster unleashed pure evil from his sniper's perch, not so far away. But by the hand of providence and the grace of God, that villain did not succeed in his goal, did not come close. He did not stop our movement. He did not break out our spirit. He did not shake our unyielding resolve to save America from evils of poverty, hatred, and destruction. Yet we are here this evening in record numbers. This is a big crowd. This is a big one. This is a big one. Not only to mark the triumph of American spirit, but over, and you know that this is really, truly, in the truest sense, spirit over evil and adversity, but also to pay tribute to some of the best and bravest we have ever known. This field is now a monument to the valor of our first responders, to the resilience of our fellow citizens, and to the sacrifice of a loving and devoted father, a really great man. You know that. Forever afterward.
Somebody said the election will come down to PA. I ain't gonna lie, Trump be talking that ish. Yeah, he do, bro. You gotta think like he taught, like he's done this before. He knows what people want, man. Like he's like in tune with everything. So like while she's talking about herself and how she grew up, he's talking about, no, this is about the American people. We need to make America great again. You know, this is a monument for this, a monument for that. And you know what I'm saying? This is dedicated to the first responders. This is, like, you know what I mean? Like he's more in tune than she is, because she's just focused on herself. You know, and then when we get in need, like, maybe you can get $750. What Trump actually did, a GoFundMe for the victims. Trump actually went, you know what I mean, and tried to, like, he was ground running, like trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think Kamala even went down there. Bro, there's a video I want to show y'all. Like, bro. I'm going to show y'all anyway, bro. I'm going to show y'all this video anyway. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it?
All satire and jokes for a moment. America, you need to understand that what you're seeing play out in the southeastern part of the United States, the horrific scenes of Kamala's Katrina, it's not an accident. It's not government mismanagement. It's not failures of FEMA to respond appropriately. What you're watching is not a bug of a defective part of the United States, the horrific scenes of Kamala's Katrina. It's not an accident. It's not government mismanagement. It's not failures of FEMA to respond appropriately. What you're watching is not a bug of a defective system. What you're watching is this.
And so we have to address this in a way that is about giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. And if we want people to be in an equal place, sometimes we have to take into account those disparities.
Everything you heard her just say right there is perfectly encapsulated in a document that FEMA released in 2023, Achieving Equitable Recovery, a post-disaster guide for local officials and leaders. And this document outlines exactly
hey, bro, I don't think I can play this. Shout out to Crumb Crab with the $5 donation. He said, happy to see my fellow Americans of all cultures back in Orange Man Rad. Real recognizes real. Hey, I don't know. Like, are y'all listen? Are y'all listening to what he's saying? Hey, can we? Yo, he's snitching, bro. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Shout out to Crumb Crab, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? You supporting the cause and all that. Cause you know, like when you start getting into this, the monetization and all that, like, gets threatened and all that. So, you know, shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. Did y'all hear what he said? I don't know if I can play, like, all right, hit the like button, share this. Pay attention. Everybody in the chat going crazy right now on each other. Listen to this.
All satire and jokes for a moment. America, you need to understand that what you're seeing play out in the southeastern part of the United States, the horrific scenes of Kamala's Katrina, it's not an accident. It's not government mismanagement. It's not failures of FEMA to respond appropriately. What you're watching is not a bug of a defective system. What you're watching is this.
And so we have to address this in a way that is about giving resources based on equity, understanding that we fight for equality, but we also need to fight for equity, understanding not everyone starts out at the same place. And if we want people to be in an equal place, sometimes we have to take into account those disparities.
Everything you heard her just say right there is perfectly encapsulated in a document that FEMA released in 2023, Achieving Equitable Recovery, a post-disaster guide for local officials and leaders. And this document outlines exactly how they deliver on that promise of equity. In that document, they lay out a series of goals. And the ones that you need to pay very close attention to are goal number 1 and goal number 8, because that defines exactly how they approach this type of a disaster. In fact, in goal number 1, the last 2 bullet points here, you can see exactly the way they are approaching this process. The focus is on achieving parity. The focus is on making sure underserved communities receive a greater number of resources. And the document even goes on to define who they consider to be underserved. And of course, it's all of the intersectional groups that you would expect for them to focus on. But this section right here in goal number 8 explains why you're hearing story after story from people who are down on the ground in the southeastern part of the country saying that FEMA is consolidating everything they can get their hands on so that they can be in charge of how those resources are distributed. And the document lays out exactly how to intervene in that process to make sure that their goal of equity is achieved. So folks, while we may never be able to prove many of the stories coming out of the southeastern part of the country, what we can prove is that FEMA is doing exactly what FEMA is now tasked to do. And that is to make sure that certain sections of the community are treated differently than other sections of the community. And they are willing and are consolidating resources to make sure that happens.
And you got people saying that they're being stopped. Even Elon Musk and put that out there on Twitter. Like, yo, they're like, bro, what is going on, man? Oh no, I think I even retweeted that. Yo, this is insane, man. This is crazy, yo. Yeah, Elon Musk, man. He said, just received this. No, and y'all got to understand, he got to be extra careful with what he says, right? Like, this is a billionaire. They can try to go after him and take everything from him. And do him like Diddy do anything, right? It said, just received this note from a SpaceX engineer helping on the ground in North Carolina. He be sending his people to help. Man, y'all better not say nothing wrong about Elon Musk, bro. Other than, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know. Shout out to him. It said, FEMA is not merely failing to adequately help people in trouble, but actively blocking citizens who try to help. It's kind of going into what that guy was just talking about. It says, hey, Elon, update here on site of Asheville, North Carolina. We have powered up 2 large operating bases for choppers to deliver goods into hands. We've deployed 300 and plus Starlinks, and outpour as it has saved many lives. The big issue is FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and locking them away to state they are their own. It's very real and scary how much they have taken control to stop people from helping. We are blocking now. It says we are blocked now on the shipments of new Starlinks coming in until we get an escort from the fire department. But that may not be enough. So Starlink, you guys know that's like internet, you know what I'm saying? He got like satellite internet and stuff like that. That works just about anywhere because he's got, you know, satellites in space or whatever. Why don't they want, like, bro, why are they trying to stop the internet from going there? Like, what? This cannot be real. And then Juanita said, everything Kamala touches turns into crap. And then even the insurrection Barbie, like real popular on Twitter, said, putting politics aside completely, why are people not terrified by reports like this from American citizens? Because this is the epitome of tyranny. They're turning away help. This is Kamala's Katrina. They're turning away help because they want to be the people to help and control everything that comes in and out. Before it was, we need food and water and out. Now they need body bags. Come on, bro.
Forever after, all who have visited
Yeah, you're in a fight for your freedom, bro.
this hallowed place will remember what happened here, and they will know of the character and courage.
Hey, y'all, subscribe to the channel. What y'all doing, man? Why y'all like what y'all doing, man? Y'all act like I'm about to get 1 million subscribers. Subscribe to the channel.
That so many
Ain't nobody gonna show y'all that.
incredible American patriots have showed and know, and they know it at a level never seen before, probably. First, I want to thank the men and women of the U.S. Secret Service who threw their bodies on top of mine without even a thought for their own lives. They were on top of me so fast. They were on top of me, and there was not even a moment of doubt in their minds.
Pause.
And you watch those tapes, not even a moment of doubt. I want to thank Secret Service. They're great, great people. They are great people. And in that moment, those agents displayed a devotion to duty that cannot be described, and they did it yet again less than 3 weeks ago when they really did a fantastic job. Another attempt. It was another attempt. We have an evil world. We have a very sick world. My gratitude to them is beyond measure. We also owe a tremendous debt.
Bro, people like, hey, yo, people starting to wake up, man. Shout out to this dude, man. I don't know if he gonna let me use this, but shout out.
Kamala, how the people supposed to apply for them benefits and apply for that $750 if they ain't got no internet?
Listen to me. What? This is why Elon Musk is trying to put Starlink out there so they can get internet. They trying to stop Elon Musk from bringing internet in there, bro. Like, we're not doing this, bro. I ain't want to say it. Allegedly. How are they supposed to apply for the $750 if they have no internet? We're starting to think. American people. She bad too. I ain't gonna lie.
And apply for that $750 if they ain't got no internet. Kamala, they lost everything. Their houses is gone. Their cars is gone. Their jobs is gone.
Like, that's what y'all not understanding. You all are watching in the comfort of your own home. I'm watching everything go down in the comfort of my own home. I got internet. I can go get something to eat. I got, you know what I'm saying, something to drink. I'm chilling. I can like go on my phone, see what's going on, somebody messaging me, all that. Imagine everything is taken away from you. You don't know where your phone at. Come on, man. This is insane. This is insanity. How are they supposed to apply for the $750? There's a video I want y'all to see. Y'all, I'm about to show y'all this video right now, bro. Let me see if I can show y'all this.
Hi.
Ma'am, how are you?
This is Patricia. Hi, Patricia. I'm Glenn. This is Congressman Mills.
Hello. How are you, ma'am?
Good. So we're wondering, we just asked, when do you guys go door to door? He was telling that...
After we get the general stuff done, you know, we got to hit the mass people first, wherever the mass people are. So the mass people are here. Let's get them into the system as quickly as possible.
How are they going to know where you guys are? They just chilling, getting that government check, chilling.
Possible. Once we get the masses done, then we start going door to door.
Okay. How do people know you're here?
We just got here.
Oh, you just got here?
We were here yesterday.
Yeah.
And today's our first day
Okay.
with this unit.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we're going to move the unit up by the car wash.
Oh. So
Yesterday
clo-
we couldn't do anything besides give them the information
Yeah.
because we didn't have any Wi-Fi.
Right.
I will say, and this is just someone we got lucky enough. Glenn actually spotted it before I did, but I think even having this vehicle.
It basically said, I realize this is 8 minutes long, but it's unbelievable how inept or more evil you pick one. This is Glenn Beck and Corey Mills talking to FEMA. It just blew my mind. I am so peed off, right? And it says Congressman Corey Mills and Glenn Beck give FEMA the opportunity to explain how they are helping in Asheville, North Carolina.
More towards the front of the road where people even know that it exists, for visibility, with people coming by, might actually.
Yeah, we were in a van with 8 people. I was the only one that saw it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So they're sitting there with a FEMA truck and it's hidden. And so like what Glenn Beck and them is trying to say is like, you know, how are people even going to know this vehicle is here? Like the only way I saw it is, you see what I'm saying? But these are the people on the ground helping. But they trying to stop citizens. They just sitting there. Oh, we just got here on a twiddling their thumbs. But you got Americans like in Nashville going to the stores, cleaning out the stores, going on their way down there to try to help. And these people in these trucks, nowhere to be found.
That's what we're going to do. That's
Good.
what we got to do. We just needed a temporary spot to turn around and get things up and running.
Yeah,
And the guy that's running this facility here, I spoke with the manager here. He said this would be a good spot. The guy that's running the parking lot, who's a different guy, I didn't know that. He said the car wash would be better. And I was like, boy, that's really smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Good.
that's where we're going to be set up tomorrow.
Good.
And we should be doing registrations. We'll be here.
They taking their times. You know what I mean? Like they're not even visible anywhere. And then she was like, we could set up tomorrow. You know how government works? Like, you know, like you ever needed them for something? Tomorrow. I'll do that later. I'll fill this form out. No, and blah, 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 blah. They're getting paid lazy. Meanwhile, there's people out there in the field. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Here between 9 and 10. We're all coming in from Charlotte. He'll be here a little bit earlier. And then we'll start tearing down about 5 o'clock so that we can get out of here.
Great.
Because we don't necessarily go door to door. It's not my cadre anyways. There's 23 different cadres.
Oh, I know. I understand how the.
So she's like, her unit doesn't go door to door to try to find, figure out what's going on with these people. But she said it's like, I think 23 different like units or whatever. But she said they don't do that.
Democratic levels of departments work.
Yeah.
But I do feel like they need to be visible so people can see where they are. That would be helpful.
Yeah. So
they don't always work
concentrate-
clear together.
Yeah, we concentrate in getting people into the system so that we can get them financial assistance right
I
away.
love that.
And it's happening like that.
Good.
Are you guys recording me?
Yeah, he's filming. Yeah, over here. He's
Okay.
filming us.
So, one of the first things that are coming out is special needs assistance.
Right.
And that's just a little bit into the account. People are going to think automatically that that's all they're going to get. No, that's not the
Exactly. Bertier Barbary, which is a subscriber, shout out to you. He said they are doing exactly what they are paid to do. Nothing.
case. That's just the beginning. That is just the beginning, because then there's going to be another much larger drop, and then there's going to be other things, but we still have to go through and verify the damages that have been done.
Yeah.
And that you own the house and that you are the
so
renter.
that you can limit the amount of fraud, which we've seen in other areas.
We got it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We are all from different parts of the United States. I'm from Montana.
I'm from
Are you really?
Florida.
I'm from Texas.
Oh, golly gee. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys from?
I'm from Tennessee. I'm working at
These are official
What
first day.
a bunch of bullcrap that was.
We got here yesterday, official first day. We're tucked away almost.
No, she's where the masses are. She's where the masses are.
Well, again, though, it still hasn't answered the question. It's just that.
Adam was
You're in
saying
an area. Yeah.
No, she was up. She's where the masses are. Can't you see the masses lined up? They're not even in the right side of the parking lot. You want to be where the masses are, you put up signs at least, or your stupid little table in front of where the food is.
Well, but
and
when?
she said,
but then you question, you said when? He goes, well, that's above my head.
Yeah, and then, so let me talk to my manager. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And then the manager said, no, we don't go door to door. I don't know when that happens. That's a different department. Oh my God.
You're kidding.
No.
That's exactly what was said.
No. It was that is
when Glenn went silent, I knew he was done with this.
I
nonsense.
was done from the very beginning.
I
could see these guys.
But again, though, you wouldn't have even spotted them, Glenn.
I know, good eye.
Who knows that they were back here? And again, my recommendation I thought was pretty common sense, which is, hey, for more visibility, maybe you put yourself on the main road.
Yeah.
You want to serve the quote-unquote masses. Let's go ahead and get mass visibility.
Look, the food and the stuff is down there. Their truck, which just looks like a community. It doesn't have a sign, hey, register for money, register for help. Just a communications truck.
Right.
And 2 people sitting at the table.
If you saw that, would you know that your sign up for female assistance?
No, I have no idea.
Wow.
Let's just be happy, right? We've never had a country like come at us and shoot some like missiles or whatever at us. You know what I mean? Like in our lifetime. Because if we were in a situation of distress, we would have a hard time getting help. And so it goes back to Birdie or Barbary, which is a subscriber, right? He said they're doing exactly what they're paid to do. Nothing. It's crazy.
Oh, that's the sign up for FEMA?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You found it.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
it is.
No way.
That's what they're.
And that's the sign up for FEMA for the $750 that Kamala said you can apply for, and they're hiding the truck. Wait a minute. They are not going to put this on the news. All those people are displaced and distressed, stressed out. And what did she say? Oh, well, tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow. Shout out to Tanja and Zoe said, I just subscribed. Shout out to you. And then Philip Glasseye, which is a subscriber, he said, the best nation is a donation, and I don't have it for FEMA. And then Rit Ma said they will be doing nothing in January. This is insane.
Quiet corner in the back.
That's right.
And, and you ready? They said, we said, how do people know? Well, they're watching TV and they're listening to radio.
Up to the
they don't
media.
have homes.
That's what they literally said.
It's
And
up to the
I said, so let me get this straight.
Glenn Beck.
Well, they have to cool
They're
down.
moving chairs.
FEMA truck.
Okay.
This is the
Couple
first
of
one you've seen,
chairs.
right?
In Ash.
Look, it's crazy.
Hey guys. Good. How are you?
What can I do for you?
Well, I'm Glenn, and this is Congressman.
This is insane.
We're just wondering what you guys
Hey,
are up
y'all.
to.
Hey, y'all. We about to, oh, man, we might have to change this title. What should I say? FEMA gets exposed? Hold on. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Oh, no. We changing this title, bro. This is crazy. This is insane, man.
So they brought this in today, which gives us connectivity, complete connectivity, so we can do a lot more than we've been doing because all of our equipment works now. So they're registering, they're telling them over there, we're over here. I think tomorrow they're moving us over there somewhere more, so not exactly.
And what are you doing?
No, I don't know if I could put that in the title. I did, though. I'm about to take it out. My bad, people. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, they not kidding me, bro. I do not want to wake up them coming at me.
So
what is it?
Actually registering people for FEMA assistance.
Okay, so this is the check thing?
Getting them in the system. Not just a check thing, but housing, checking generators.
Okay.
So so long, housing, everything.
Yeah,
so
good.
much in it, you know?
Good.
But we're basically getting them in the system.
And you guys got here today?
We've been here for 2 days. We got here yesterday. Yesterday we didn't have any connectivity, so we took 2,800 people, as near as we could count, coming through the food distribution line and through the gas station and handed them all flyers. We didn't even have flyers to hand them. Our flyers weren't here, but they could take pictures of our flyer, which told them they could go online, they could make a phone call, they could use your app to go online, just to get them in the system. Also telling them they're going to be here eventually. There'll be a DRC located nearby, a disaster recovery center, and they go there for help. But the app is great. The app, they can go on.
You said change the title to social media supporters versus regular TV.
They can upload documents through the app, so they don't need us.
Can I ask you a question? And not to stop. One of the biggest problems, though, is that most people don't have the ability, one, to even get on their phones to verify what is going on. How does people even know that this location exists?
So that would be the news media's job to tell everybody.
But they don't have power.
None of the news media. Well, I mean, I watch the news.
Well, no, the people who need the FEMA assistance don't have power.
You'd be
so how do they watch TV?
You would be surprised. They sit in their cars to charge their phones and listen to the radio. They're very well. That's how they knew the distribution center was here. So we're told to come here to get those supplies, and they don't know we're here really until they get here and we tell them and they see us. And
but it is plausible, though, that those who, one, are either cut off from the location because they're still rebuilding roads, obviously, at cable arrest, or doesn't have power, won't know about even where this truck exists or if it does exist.
Right, and there's no way actually. So we're DSA Disaster Survivor Systems, right? So what we actually do, we work items like these, and we actually go door to door. We go door to door and try to knock on every door in the county. And we go at the direction usually of the emergency manager, because the fire chiefs are going to tell us where people are, where things are devastated. So we literally go door to door.
So what do y'all think about this? Yo, this is crazy.
Thanks to the Secret Service counter sniper and a local police sniper who returned fire within seconds and stopped the shooter quickly and saved many lives. If he didn't stop, he saved many lives. He had a lot of bullets, a lot of ammunition up there with him. And we are, I mean, just amazing when you think they did it so quickly without any knowledge of what was going on, boom. And had that not happened, it would have been a very different story. It would have been potentially many people. I also want to express our thanks to the Butler Township Police Department, incredible people. The Butler Sheriff's deputies, Pennsylvania State Police, and all of the other law enforcement heroes, as well as the emergency personnel and doctors, the medical teams at Butler Memorial Hospital, Allegheny General Hospital, who rushed me and rushed some of these very badly wounded people. They were wounded, a lot of badly wounded people, and in particular, two people.
Elon Musk just posted, "Make America based again."
Two people, and I tell you, they were very brave and great people. They were big Trump fans, and they still are. That means something. That was pretty amazing. You know, when I got up, I asked whether or not anybody was killed. I assumed that there would be a lot because I heard the bullets winging right over my head. They said probably 3. The doctors did such an incredible job. It was one great gentleman, but the other 2 have been amazing, actually. They've gone through it. They've gone through a lot. And when the crisis struck, they did really Pennsylvania proud. You've heard that expression, Pennsylvania proud. It's a great place. I went to school. I went to college in Pennsylvania. It's a great place. The people are incredible.
Yeah, hey, Kimberly Ruddersill. Like, I'm gonna spend some time talking to y'all in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Said this is so messed up. And then Rich said it would not be delivered without your kind of courage. Oh no. And then Dar Press, he said 28 people were given directions and numbers to go. And then Dar Press says they were fed. Dar Press says, yeah, how did the 2,800 people know where to go?
Also, and I have to say, after returning to the field tonight, is one.
Yeah, and then Tangent said, lazy people get the likes up. Yeah, what are y'all doing, bro? Like, I only got like 24,000 views on this video. Like, what is y'all doing, bro? Like, we exposing everything, bro. Like, what is y'all doing?
Brave Americans who was hit by the assassin's bullet, U.S. Marine veteran David Dutch. David, thank you. Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
All right, y'all not hitting the like button, so I guess I should leave, right? Like what we doing?
And David, we're thrilled to see your recovery is going well. Great doctors up here, I have to tell you, great doctors. Your courage is really an inspiration to us all, so I want to thank you very much, David. A great gentleman, great gentleman. I want to send our love to someone who could not be here because he has just gone to straighten out Washington, D.C. We're going to make it by one of the people who is going to help us. American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Just take over.
Talk crazy to him, Elon. Talk crazy. Talk crazy. I got a Tesla. I got 2 of them. Talk crazy.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
That's one.
Well, first of all, I want to say what an honor it is to be here. And
I got 2 of them.
you know, the true test of someone's character is how they behave under fire. And we had one president who couldn't climb a flight of stairs, and another who was fist pumping after getting shot. Fight, fight, fight! Blood coming down the face. Now, America is the home of the brave. And there's no truer test than courage under fire. So who do you want representing America? Yeah, absolutely. And I think this election, I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting.
That's
I
crazy.
can't believe that's real.
That's crazy.
So how are you supposed to have a good, proper election if there's no ID? It's just meaningless. And free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment. President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America.
Hey, yo, but we not about to act like Elon Musk and just come out here like yeah. Yeah, did y'all see this, bro? Like, yo, Elon wilding.
American astronauts into space. Come here. Take over, Elon. Just take over.
Hi, everyone. Yes. This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. There's one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay. And get everyone you know, and everyone you don't know. Drag them to register to vote. There's only 2 days left to register to vote in Georgia and Arizona. 48 hours.
What?
Like, text people now. Now. And then make sure they actually do vote. If they don't, this will be the last election. That's my prediction. Nothing's more important. Nothing's more important. So
he's saying, like, the reason why he's saying, I think he's like super excited, you know, right now. But I think he's saying the last election because you've got like California removing the voter ID requirement, and you got other states that they're fearing that's going to follow suit. So basically, like, a lot of people who are migrants and stuff that are coming here will just be able to just go and vote. And that's what California wants. Like, they, you know, because that's their way of shoring up always having the liberal vote. So that's what he's saying, because if more people start removing the ID requirement, come on, bro. If you're an American citizen and you live here, you using your ID for everything else, you need an ID to vote. Because you don't know who's over here and what their interests are, you know, and what they're voting for, you know. So removing that is insane, bro. So that's why he's been on Twitter going crazy, like when he found that out. Because, you know, like migrants are not being stopped from coming to Cali. Like they just going in there like crazy. Like they going everywhere. And just imagine if they have the voting power. Like Kamala and them know what they doing. Like they doing this on purpose. Like letting them in here and all that. Like they're doing this on purpose.
Get everyone you know. Everyone. So speaking to people out there, everyone in the crowd, I think, is already convinced.
Because you're a problem. You live here. You know what I mean? Like, you know how this is. Like, you know the history of everything. Like, you're the problem. They have to, like, pander to you. They got to promise you things that they really not going to give you, like student loan forgiveness and all that. They got to, like, pander to you. But these people know, like, hey, the people that may even be, like, legal, telling their family members, like, yo, come over here and, like, we need y'all at them polls because we got to take over this country. We left our country, but we got to come over here and take over this country. And we can do that through the electoral process. Because these silly Americans are going to allow us to do it.
But for people out there that are watching the video,
Cheryl Baliki said demonic, corrupt. And then Dan Press said, way to get the right wing to like him and what he sells. And then Caleb Dodds said they probably going to win from it too sadly. And then I'm from, bro, like California is a wrap. Like that's blue. That's a wrap. Like now that they did that, that's blue. Bobby Baloney said, not requiring ID to vote doesn't mean you don't need ID and Social Security number to register. Hey, bro, don't be coming in here like that, bro. Like, why are they removing the ID? Come on, bro. Like, stop it. So anybody, like, how would they even know that's you? So I mean, Social Security cards don't have pictures on them. So how would they know that's you? How would they know? Don't come in here in this chat trying to mislead the people.
the live stream, you need to get everyone you know, at work, your friends, family, text groups, your social media, everything. Get them to register to vote right now. Only 2 days left for Georgia and Arizona. Only a couple weeks left in Pennsylvania. And if they're not registered to vote, it doesn't matter at that point. Register to vote. I'm being repetitive for a reason, okay? So nothing is more important. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does, okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes.
Y'all got to remember he was blue. He just turned red. You know what I'm saying? He see what's going on. Like he wasn't about to roll with that. Like, nah, like y'all bugging, man. I'm on the red side now. In America, you got a right to change your mind.
A tiny margin. So get everyone you know to register to vote. I believe that's swapthevote.com. I believe that's the site. And double check that your registration is good. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Crumb Cone said, well, the press, we like our gas too much. Batteries are for our portable tools. And then somebody said some. Okay, so I'm just here. Vibe and TV said he's a subscriber. Shout out to you for subscribing. He said the more Americans complain, the more immigrants come in. And then Tangent Zoe said, I live in the Bay Area right now. They are some illegal stuff now. And then Germany's July said he turned red from the sun. You crazy, bro.
I'm just being repetitive about this point because it is the one takeaway more than anything that will matter is getting those registrations and then getting everyone you know to actually vote. That is what will decide this election, especially in Pennsylvania. So thank you, and honestly, you want to just be a pest. Just be a pest to everyone you know, people on the street, everywhere. Vote, vote, vote. Fight, fight, fight. Vote, vote, vote. Thank you.
Shout out to everybody. I'm about to go drive my Tesla. Shout out to everybody. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? I will get back to the, we're going to talk about entertainment and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There are some topics I do want to cover in entertainment. If you have any suggestions, do not hesitate to, hit me through like Twitter or IG, and we just, that's how I run this channel, man. It's fan based. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody. If y'all feel like, and I had a lot of people saying, Piper Boy Williams, like, you talk about battle rap, you talk about entertainment, why aren't you talking about politics, things that are important? So I made it a point for me, to sit down with y'all, and then, what was it, like 4 hours or something like that? We broke down the vice presidential debate. We looked at a lot of hot topics that was going on. We talked about the North Carolina situation. We, show more, news about what's going on with that. And I made sure to make it a point because people, they do want to know like what I think about things. Because a lot of the mainstream media or the mainstream bloggers, they don't talk about this. They're going to talk like, what views come in? Like, look at my channel even. I talk about the Young Dolph case. I talk about YSL. The views, like, skyrocket. They go up. So these are, a lot of algorithms try to stop this stuff from going out. That's why I'm like, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if y'all can. And that way you can break through a lot of algorithm suppression. Because you got to think people are worried about ads on different platforms, so they don't want to upset either side, so it's kind of difficult to break through the algorithm with that. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all got to think like right now it's 9:51 p.m. It's a lot of people going live. There's a lot of people talking. Y'all chose to sit in here and rock with me, and there's 27,000 views. You know what I'm saying? I got like 200 something subscribers this session, and that's y'all. I think it was 250 subscribers or something like that. So shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back. I'm gonna let y'all have an intermission. I'm gonna chill, watch a movie, and then we coming back talking about entertainment. Shout out to everybody. I'm out. Peace.